before I kind of get into some of the details of the, my comments, I really want to speak directly to the people of the state of Rhode Island. So at the very start of my time in the governor's office, we made a commitment to Rhode Islanders that we would work together as a team to beat the COVID-19 pandemic. And since that time, we have met every challenge because of you. We have never wavered from that goal or in how we go about getting there. And that's how we're going to continue to do this as a team. Because of this approach, Rhode Island has done very well in fighting back against the COVID-19 and keeping Rhode Islanders safe, which has been our top priority. And over the last 7 days, compared to all 50 states, Rhode Island leads the nation in the least number of deaths from coronavirus per capita, based on the Providence Journal's report of the New York Times numbers. And we had the 7th lowest number of hospitalization patients with coronavirus per capita. We had the 4th lowest percentage of positive coronavirus tests, and we administered the third most COVID-19 tests per capita. We are leading the country because of you. And we're keeping the state of Rhode Island safe. And Rhode Island is an 8th in the percentage of adults who have received at least one vaccine, and we're 5th in percentage of adults who are fully vaccinated. Now, when it comes to our schools, our number one priority is for our children to be safe in the classroom. That's why we're going to make sure that we make available that masking is in every school in the state. But let me tell you where we are right now because of the way that we, myself, the Commissioner, Infante Green, along with our Director of Health, Alexander Scott, Dr. Alexander Scott, put out a strong recommendation that all schools in the state follow the CDC guidance and masking up in the schools. Let me tell you where we are right now because of that collaboration and the working with school districts throughout the state of Rhode Island. We have nearly 80% of the schools systems have taken our strong recommendation to require masks for all students and teachers. With Cranston voting last night at a 5-0, and I really congratulate and thank every district out there that is following this lead to keep our students safe. But with Cranston's vote last night, about 100,000 students across our state are in systems requiring masks. So I want to recognize all the districts for aligning themselves with the state guidance. I received a letter from the NEA, the AFT, the School Committee Association, the Superintendent's Association, asking both myself, my office, along with RIDE, as well as the Department of Health, to make sure that those communities that haven't quite got there yet, get there. And that's our commitment that they will. So I want to recognize the districts. And as I said, what is safest for our children and our students that will help make sure that our kids in our schools uninterrupted for the school year is a high priority. It's been a high priority for me since the day I became governor, and it will continue to be one that we get shots in the arms, we protect the people in the state of Rhode Island with your help. It is time to get vaccinated. FDA approval is coming, and there's no reason for anybody to be concerned about the approvals, and thousands of people in the state of Rhode Island to help protect their families. And there, as you saw, the data, and without any article that is written or any individual that wants to make a public statement, if they don't include that one, we did have the lowest death rate per capita in the country over the last several weeks. We continue to have low hospitalization rates because you're getting vaccinated. fourth lowest percentage of positive coronavirus tests, third most COVID-19 tests per capita. And we're the fifth highest vaccinated state in the country. And I had mentioned that we will get to 90%, and we're on a path to get to 90%. We have vaccination clinics virtually in every school district in the state of Rhode Island before school starts, beginning with the communities who have the lowest percentage of vaccinations in their communities. And I'm looking forward to working with our Department of Health as well as RIDE to get a threshold when we certainly get a certain percentage of our teachers and our students vaccinated that we won't be needing the mask because we'll have such a high level of vaccination in our school districts that's not going to be a necessary issue because we're going to be vaccinated. But right now we have many students that can't get vaccinated, right? 5 to 11 years old. They need to be wearing masks. And we're going to work with those districts that haven't got there, the 20% of the school districts that haven't got there, and work with them to get them there. This is about our children and their safety. And we're going to make sure our students can learn safely in the classrooms. And anyone who suggests that we wouldn't do this, wouldn't keep our students safe, is forgetting that we had this commitment from day one to each and every one of you to make sure that we're safe, we reopen our economy in a strong way. By the way, third in the country right now in reopening our economy. Moody's is now, this year, third, this week, third in the company of reopening the economy. We can keep people safe, and we can reopen our economy. And we can put our kids in the schools where they belong and have them there safely. So, get to some of my comments, and then I will certainly have the Lieutenant Governor make her comments. I'm sure they'll have more questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Quick note about my schedule going forward. As my office announced yesterday, this Thursday we will have a press conference specifically dedicated to COVID with Dr. Alexander Scott, Tom McCarthy, and Commissioner Infante Green. And as we continue to monitor Delta variant, and with schools beginning to reopen, we intend to have a weekly Thursday COVID-related press conference in addition to our weekly Tuesday media availability. We want families and students and teachers and school staff to have the information they need ahead of the starting of the school year. I'd like to take a moment to shift the discussion to our state of economy, another area where we've been able to make great progress, keeping Rhode Islanders safe. Despite COVID-19's impact on our economy, especially our small business community and tourism and hospitality sectors, we rolled out a sound reopening strategy, incrementally reopening a range of supports for small businesses and targeted investments in our tourism and hospitality sectors. The economic results of our response to the COVID crisis are clear. Rhode Island currently is ranked number 3 among all 50 states on Moody's Back to Normal Index, which is a comprehensive measure of states' individual economic recoveries. In the first quarter of 2021, Rhode Island's real GDP grew at a rate of 7.2%, significantly higher than what was predicted by some of our critics and some of our pundits in the state of Rhode Island. This is the 12th highest growth rate among the 50 states and higher than the national growth rate of 6.4%. Between April 2020 and June 2021, Rhode Island's unemployment rate fell from 17.4% to 5.9%, the 9th largest unemployment rate decline among all 50 states. And we're proud to report that our 5.9% unemployment rate is right in line with the national unemployment rate, something that took our state of Rhode Island 8 years to accomplish coming out of the Great Recession and the real estate collapse. We've recovered 71,800 jobs, and we have significant jobs recovery in the hardest hit sectors of retail and leisure and hospitality. And when we release the funds, the federal funds, a significant amount of the dollars that we're asking the General Assembly to release out of our APRA funds are going to continue to make sure that we stay in the lead on our economic recovery. There is no need for the state of Rhode Island to be the first in and the last out of these economic downturns. Now, these economic stats are good, but we must keep it going. And I will tell you, the number one thing you can do to support small businesses right now, today, is get vaccinated. It is time to get vaccinated. Next, I'd like to give a quick update on our RI Gives Vax Challenge. Today, we're very excited to announce the final $380,000 in Vax Challenge grants as the state hits the 25,000 additional shots administered, in the milestone. That's right, more than 25,000 Rhode Islanders have gotten vaccinated since RI Gives Vax Challenge, which launched last month, which is a milestone again. So thank you to the people of the state of Rhode Island. This was a goal that I was told that we wouldn't reach till October. We reached it in mid-August, and we're going to continue to vaccinate the people in the state of Rhode Island. With the final rounds of grants, together with the Rhode Island Foundation, we have awarded $750,000 to 75 nonprofits who have been on the front lines of our COVID response. Today, I'm pleased to announce the winners of the fifth round. Alliance of Rhode Island Southeast Asians for Education, Boys and Girls Clubs of Newport County, Boys and Girls Club of Pawtucket, Bridgemark, Cartwheel, Rhode Island, Centra Day in Ovasi on Moha, that's a tough one for me, but congratulations to you, as well as the Clinic Aiz Piranasa Hope Clinic, Elizabeth Buffum Chase Center, Good Neighbors, Housing Hotline, Inspiring Minds, Mentor Rhode Island, Open Doors, New Urban Arts, Pocasset Pokanoket Land Trust, Rhode Island Center Assisting Those in Need, Silver Lake Community Center, St. Mountain de Porres Senior Center, West End Community Center, who hosted our great vaccination site there about 2 weeks ago, where we had over 135 people get vaccinated, mostly middle school students and their family, and West Warwick Senior Center. I also want to make some comments about our active duty and our retired veterans. Before I turn it over to the Lieutenant Governor, I want to briefly address the situation in Afghanistan. As Governor, I'm here to make sure that our veterans, active duty service members, military families, and Gold Star families know that they are supported and they are not alone. We know that the developments in Afghanistan can bring about difficult emotions for veterans who have served there and complicate mental health issues they may already be facing. Connecting them with the resources they need is a top priority now, and I've been asked by the General Callahan, along with our Director Yan, to be making these comments on behalf of their offices and the veterans in the state of Rhode Island. They are with the veterans when they need them most, and we need to be there too. General Callahan and Director Yan have personally offered to take calls, be pulled aside to talk, just be there for Afghanistan veterans who need to check in during the drawdown. And if you want another route, the Rhode Island Office of the Veteran Services offers free confidential program and services through the Rhode Island Serves Network. Veterans, active duty service members, and military families can either call 401-921-2119, 401-921-2119, and make referrals at www.riserves.org. To our brave members of the military, past and present, thank you for putting your lives on the line. I want you to know that your service, your family members' service, was not in vain. You answered the call and kept us safe and protected our freedoms. We continue to thank you, appreciate you, and respect your heroics, service, and sacrifice, not only that you gave, but also your families.